Alright guys, welcome back to another video. And today we're going to be making shepherd's pie. Not cottage pie, which I bet a lot of you have had and made, but it's actually shepherd's pie. The difference is shepherd's pie and cottage pie are made the exact same way, it's just cottage pie uses ground beef, whereas shepherd's pie uses ground lamb. I didn't know this until 2 days ago, and that's exactly why I'm making this video. Show you how to make some amazing mashed potatoes, show you how to cook this lamb along with some veggies. We're going to put a typical mirepoix in here, cook it in some beer and some beef stock. You already know it's going to be good. So let's get into it. To start this traditional Irish meat and potato pie, we have to start by making mashed potatoes. Start by peeling 3 russet or Yukon Gold potatoes. After peeling, cut the potatoes into chunks. The reason we are cutting these potatoes into chunks is so that they boil faster. If we cook these potatoes whole, they could take 45 minutes to finish, whereas these chunks will only take around 10 to 15 minutes to boil. Speaking of boiling, throw your potato chunks into a pot and fill the pot with cold water. Place the pot over high heat to bring the water to a boil. Now, you may be asking yourself why we start the potatoes in cold water rather than throwing them into already boiling water. Well, if we throw them into already boiling water, the outside of the potatoes will cook before the inside does, leaving you with potatoes that have a cooked outside and a raw inside. Starting the potatoes in cold water gives the interiors more time to heat up, allowing the potato to be fully cooked. But with the 10 to 15 minutes we have waiting for the potatoes to cook, we can get some quick prep done. Start by topping and tailing 2 carrots, then proceed by peeling them. After you've peeled your favorite orange roots, cut them into chunks by halving the carrots, then slicing them. Once sliced, place in a bowl and set aside for later. From here, grab the celery you've been cleverly hiding off screen and cut off the base of your celery stalks. After that, simply slice them into bite-sized pieces. Place said bite-sized pieces into a bowl, set that aside, and grab a medium-sized white onion. Take your white onion and chop off the top and bottom, then dice up this onion the same way we always do. Start by halving and cutting slits down 1/2, then halve the already halved onion and proceed to cut. Place in a bowl and set aside. After dicing your onion, grab a stem or 2 of rosemary and pick the leaves from the stem. Start chopping the rosemary only to realize you have some leftover thyme in your fridge. After picking the leaves off a stem or 2 of thyme, officially reunite this culinary dynamic duo by chopping them together and, you guessed it, placing them in a bowl for later. After that, quickly slice up a lively handful or 2 of chives and smash 2 garlic cloves to separate them from their skin, as well as release some extra bonus garlic flavor. By now your potatoes should be cooked. To check this, simply grab a knife and stab a potato chunk in a non-malicious manner. If the knife cuts through your chunks easily, then your potatoes are done. Take your cooked potatoes and quickly pat them dry with some paper towels. Excess moisture can lead to runny mashed potatoes. No one, and I mean no one, likes runny mashed potatoes. After tapping dry, place the chunks in a bowl and begin the painstaking process of mashing potatoes without a ricer or masher. Trust me, it may seem like an incomprehensibly impossible task, but it can be done with enough heart and resolve. Once your potatoes are mashed, throw in a tablespoon or 2 of butter, then start adding your warm milk. Why warm milk? Well, warm milk will cause the potatoes to loosen up, leading to a creamier, more decadent mash, whereas cold milk will cause the potatoes to seize and clump up, leading to a lumpy mashed potatoes. Once you've added enough milk to get a consistency you're happy with, finish the mash with salt and preferably white pepper so that you don't discolor the potatoes. However, I didn't have any white pepper, so black pepper will do. I didn't film it, but go ahead and throw in your chives right here as well. Mix to combine and set aside for later. Now it's time once again to grab your favorite oven-safe pot and place the pot on medium-high heat. Add a drizzle of olive oil and then place your ground lamb into the pot in an unnecessarily gentle way. Now we aren't trying to fully cook the lamb right now, we are just trying to brown it. Once your lamb is mostly brown, you should notice a pool of mysterious liquid at the bottom of your pot. This liquid is actually rendered lamb fat. Go ahead and drain off most but not all of this fat before adding your onion. Cook the mixture until the onions begin to get translucent and fragrant, then go ahead and add the rest of your veg as well as your garlic. Give everything a quick mix before deglazing with a cup of beef stock. Make sure to scrape up all that delicious fond on the bottom of the pot. Now, for those of you who think this dish isn't Irish enough, go ahead and add a cup of Irish stout beer. You all know the one. I would say the name, but advertising for free isn't my style. After adding your beer, pour the rest of the beer into a glass because you're a hard-working chef who deserves a drink in the middle of his shoot. Now we Irish. After adding your beer, throw in your herbs and a couple of overzealous dashes of Worcestershire sauce. Damn, that's a tough one. And if you're a little weird like me, you can even add some liquid smoke for bonus richness points. Let this Irish concoction reduce until you can drag a spoon through your mix and you see it leave a trail behind it. Once reduced, cover your base with some frozen but not fresh peas. Why frozen? Well, fresh peas are actually a little too delicate and will overcook in the oven. De-thawed frozen peas are a little tougher and are able to survive the harsh oven heat. After the peas, cover the top of your meat and sauce combo with your mashed potatoes. Make sure to spread out the potatoes even so that your sauce cooks evenly. Once evenly dispersed, take a fork and rough up the surface a bit. We do this so your mash will brown a little more and give your pie a better overall aesthetic. From here, place your pie in a 350° Fahrenheit oven for a total of 25 to 30 minutes. Around the 18-minute mark, quickly pull out your pie and top it with some breadcrumbs and some grated white cheddar. Once the breadcrumbs are toasted and the cheese is melted, you are ready to serve. If your sauce breaks your potato seal, don't worry, everything will still taste amazing, your pie just won't look quite as scrumptious. These nice action food porn shots, I thought it was a good time to tell you to follow my Instagram, @theculinarycult. I post a lot of bonus foodie content on there, so go check it out. A follow really helps me out. It's heavy, but light at the same time. The rosemary really comes through in quite a nice way. The cheese and breadcrumbs, or the breadcrumbs add a little bit kind of a crunchy texture to it, while the cheese adds a bit of kind of richness and a little bit more of a saltier bite to it. Mashed potatoes, a little lumpy. That's perfectly okay for this dish. In fact, I kind of wanted it to be a little more rustic in terms of feel and flavor. Makes it feel a little more homey that way, you know? It makes it kind of like mom's home cooking. I mean, it's just a perfect dish for a cold day. It's Irish comfort food at its finest. And with that said, thanks for watching, guys. Really appreciate you being here. Shepherd's pie. I may revisit it in the future just to see if I can make it better. It is delicious, but I think there's one or two things I could do. Like I said, with the mashed potatoes, add another potato. Maybe even let the sauce reduce a tiny bit more, because I feel like it wasn't quite reduced enough, and that's why it ended up bubbling up on the sides. But with all that said, thank you guys for watching. I hope you liked it. If you did, feel free to comment, like, and subscribe. You know, if you have any tips on how to help me with my filming and editing, please let me know, because I'm a rookie at this. With all that said, thanks for watching, guys. I hope you come back next week for another vid.